folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Witchblade #1 by Image. Now we have drugs, guns, murder, killing, fire, bits of mutilation, some nudity, an alien or magical artifact, mafia, and weird people. So if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. Don't recognize anyone from here. Maybe I've seen the names in passing, but yeah, don't know. Alright, so Witchblade, the saga begins. Now I've seen quite a fair amount of Witchblade covers over the last few years. And as always, no one ever really talked about the story, just showed the sexy Witchblade covers. And I've always been intrigued to what it is about. I know the name says Witch and Blade, but it's not always what it seems from the title. And now, finally, after these few years, I've obtained my own copy of the Witchblade #1. And not even a reprint. Although it's not that much of an old comic, so it's not as hard to get. And now I finally read it. So let's go into the story. But first, look at this lady. Right, so our story begins with a man named Irons. He's in some fancy area of New York in a fancy schmancy apartment. And he's very rich and very corrupt. And we see him talking about some sort of thing that he has obtained, but it's not entirely his, and he's almost a slave to it. He wants it. We see him go through his fancy schmancy apartment into a room full of statues and paintings, probably all very expensive. And there's some kind of like a glass case, kind of like in Beauty and the Beast, covered with a cloth. And he's looking at it. Then we move from him to a different part of town, where we meet our main character, Sarah. And don't ask me to pronounce her surname, but the guys call her Paz, or Pansy. Yeah, I'll just leave it here, you know what? I'll leave it here on screen. But yeah, Sarah. She is in her bedroom getting ready to do a little of operation of her own. She is a cop. We see her put on a very sexy dress. Very skimpy too. Doesn't leave a room for a bra. Although with how leathery it looks, I don't think she needs one. Yeah, she puts it on, puts on some makeup, some boots, and goes out. So she wants to go to this drug dealer. That's where she's headed. Because of him, a friend of hers, someone she knew, was murdered. She went outside with her daughter for a stroll and got shot because of all the gunfire. So she's out for some revenge. So she goes to this guy pretending to be a client. Someone wants to buy or to let him sell some drugs. So, while they're almost about to close the deal, he tells her, well, let's see, can you shoot? And he's pointing at a guy behind him. He has some henchmen with him. Go kill this one. So she says, he's really handsome. And then she uses her gun to hit him in the head. And he passes out. Then she turns and she's like, do you recognize me now? He knows her. She does these wicked ninja moves in that dress, which doesn't seem possible. Especially not with those high heels, but I fucking love it. So she kicks some guys, and then she shoots this dude in the leg. Or grazes him in the leg. And she looks at him and says, I'm about to get my justice. But she doesn't get to it because that moment policemen arrive. They break through and they didn't expect to see her there. They're all very surprised. Or, though, not entirely. She said I was just reading him his rights. This guy actually already escaped punishment once. His lawyer got him out, and she was really upset about it, understandably. We move on to the. No, not yet to the police station. First, we go again to another place. It's an old theater, and it used to be an old theater until it got closed down because of all the crime. And we see a bunch of rich, influential people giving money to the clerk, not the clerk, to a guy in the entrance. They go in, they give him money to participate in some contest that the man from the beginning, Kenneth Irons, is organizing, and he has this of his own, like, I don't know, maybe his right hand guy, and I forget his name, but never mind. He's got long hair and all that shit, and they're preparing for this thing. Now, all of these events all happen in the span of like one evening. Yeah, we started like 4 something p.m. and then it continues on. Then we go back. We're now at the police station. The chief is yelling at Sarah for what she did, doing this thing. And now the guy she hit with the gun, that was actually another cop that she has to help her, and he agreed. She did it so she wouldn't shoot him, but still, she hit him pretty hard after all. Yeah, the chief tells her that, then this other guy says, I'm looking forward to your report. And then she goes together with, now the guy's name is Michael, the cop she hit. They go to interrogate one of the other henchmen that's been in there. Well, he's not exactly a henchman, he's also apparently an informer of theirs. So they go to interrogate him. Sarah grabs him really hard until he tells her where, because the guy that she wanted to get revenge on, he for some reason needed really a lot of money. And he tells her, it's got to do with this theater. And then, before they can continue, another cop comes in and says, you two are needed for a new investigation. So they drive to another part of town, and we see this lady. She's been positioned in a way I didn't think it was possible to position a corpse. I mean, she's on her knees and the arms are like that, but I guess rigor mortis sets in, so okay. The cause of death is she's been almost like burned from the insides, as if someone microwaved her insides. And it's apparently a series. It's a week before that they found someone else like this. So it's unclear what is happening. How is it possible that they're, burned from the inside? All these people that were murdered. She's like, Sarah says, we now have New York's newest serial killer. Then she goes into her car together with Michael, telling him, she's sorry she hit him there. And he's asking, do you really think I'm handsome? And she says, heat of the moment. And he asks her, where are they going? And she stops in front of the theater, and she says, not in front of it, some far back from it, and tells him, wait here, I'm going to check this out. He said, but we need backup. And she says, give me 5 minutes. If I'm not back by then, call backup. So she goes to the line. Meanwhile, we have everyone preparing inside for the contest, which the winner of isn't really going to be a winner, if you know what I mean. And we have Irons watching it all, and everyone's preparing. Sarah manages to get in by there's this short, ginger, fat dude, also some kind of big shot with money. She goes behind him and says, oh, honey, wait for me. And he says to the security guard at the front, "Oh yeah, she's with me too." He says his name. Then she quickly slips inside when they don't notice. He's like, "Hey," and then he turns around to look at her, and she's gone. Inside, you see Sarah looking around and recognizing like all the criminals. Most of those guys are criminals. So she's looking, and then they begin the contest. So the contest is we see his assistant of irons going, pulling up and we see the same glass case, and we see him pull off the cloth, and there we see a glove, a gauntlet. Now the contest is you need to put your hand inside of it, and if you're worthy, you win. Although you don't really win. So I got a guy from the beginning, some hotshot mafia dude. He goes first. He puts his hand, he's like, "I'm going to win." Puts his hand in, his hand gets fucking chopped off and burned. Oh, he's screaming, and Sarah's like, "Holy shit." Well, that's it. He's taken away from the stage. But then they are interrupted. His right-hand guy says, "Oh, it appears we have an intruder." And they bring Michael in. I guess Sarah's 5 minutes were up and he was worried about her, so he went in after her. Both of them are stupid here, though. I mean, come on, guys. You can't go in there alone. I mean, Sarah's the one who went in first. What are you gonna do? So, it's like, "Oh no, Michael, why didn't you wait?" And then the right hand man talks to him. "Well, hello. We didn't really invite you. We have," and says to the crowd, "We have New York's finest here." And Michael's like, "Oh, just kill me already and get it over with." A bit defeatist, aren't we, Michael? Although I think he just said that to maybe give Sarah a chance to escape, while he's distracting them. And he's like, "All right, fine." And they're pulling out their guns to shoot at him, and Sarah's like, "No," and she jumps in front of him, but it doesn't really help. Both of them get shot mortally, and they're mortally wounded. But then suddenly something happens. The gauntlet starts to shine, and Sarah's like reaching out for a gun, something. But then the gauntlet starts going kind of Venom. How he moves and goes to her hand, and then we see that she becomes one with the gauntlet. And Iron's up there like, "Yes, finally, I will have you both." And then Sarah, the power starts unleashing from her, and she kills everyone, I think. I'm pretty sure everyone that was in that theater are dead by the looks of them. And she's like, "Oh, it has all this power," and Iron's all happy. "Finally, I will have you both." And I'm still confused at what he means by that. If he wanted the gauntlet, I guess he wasn't worthy of it then. As he says in the beginning that he's the only man who knows so much about it. That has so much knowledge about it, I should say, so interesting. Yeah, Sarah kills everyone. Poor Michael's like, "Hey," well, he calls him by a surname. They still think I'm handsome, and she kneels down and pets his face, and she said, "Yes, Michael." And then Michael dies. Poor Michael. I liked him. I mean, there's only a few pages with it, but still, I liked him. I wish he stayed alive. Yes, and then Sarah's standing there and saying, "Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted power to become a hero, to help, but now I'm scared." And we see her standing there. The glove became this suit, like you see here, mixed with the leather dress she wore. And that's it. To be continued. All right, let's start with the art and the and the cover, and then we'll get to the conclusion. All right, so the cover, as you can see, is sexy as fuck. Now look at that. The position, the costume, the titties. I also love the background colors. They really make her stand out there. It's very pretty. Look at that gargoyle too. Oh, there's something in the back. I didn't even notice. Oh, nice. This is her, but bigger. Ah, wait. This is a wraparound cover, I think. I didn't even pay attention. Oh, the front is so nice. How can you? Look at that. That's neat. I didn't even realize. So maybe that's not Sarah. Maybe that's the gauntlet? I don't know what the gauntlet is, though. Yeah, cool. Nice. I didn't even notice. So yeah, we got the cover. Cool. Yeah, great cover. Even more so now we know it's a wraparound. Bit of a tear there. Alright, let's get to the art style. I can show you a bit more because this is not new at all. You see, that's Kenneth Irons, and there's that gauntlet in its case. The art is good, great colors. Yeah, I can show you this. You don't really see much. You see Sarah getting dressed, prepared for a battle, and you see no bra, but you don't see any boobs. YouTube. Oh yeah, Sarah's also this fan of this old cop TV show. She wanted to be a cop. You see them looking for the people, and he's like, ah, boobies. It's funny. But it's so interesting. It has pages like these, too. I will say, in some places, it was hard to tell which speech bubble to read first. I mean, the order didn't make a lot of sense. There we go. I'll show you. Let me show you Michael. Or these moves. Okay, look at that. That is both fabulous and fucking ridiculous. I mean, come on, look at it. I mean, I do love it though. It's fucking hilarious. All right, let me just show you a bit more, and that's it. Let me show you Michael, and we'll go further. Okay, there we go. That's her chief, and this and this is Michael. You see, that's Michael. Ah, poor Michael. He was so cute. It's like, and yeah, I mean, you can see her costume here. I'm pretty sure that's the one she gets later. There we go. Oh, as you can see, she's, yeah, so that's the cover, that's the art. The art style is good. Very good. I will say that some of the parts of the bio look a little ridiculous, but in a really fun way. Alright, now to the story. So this was really cool. I loved the... Oh, Sarah's a cop. But I like the beginning. It was already intriguing, like, who's Irons? What is this thing he has? What is he planning to do with it? And then we move on to Sarah, who is a cop. You know, she wants justice. She always wanted to be a cop. And then when we get to the part with her meshing with this thing, this gauntlet. And the gauntlet itself is fascinating. Is it alien technology? Is it magical? Well, where did it come from? How did Irons obtain it, and what is he going to do with it? Obviously, he wasn't worthy of it. He didn't even try to stick his hand in there. He was smarter. But now that Sarah has it and he knows, what is he going to do? Is he going to try to kidnap her? Is he going to force her to help him? What is he going to use? I mean, what's the end game here for him? What is he planning to do? Is he planning to do what? Did he want the weapon? Because he seems like he's almost in love with this gauntlet. He says, now I finally have you both. Was he looking for the gauntlet to also have a host to it? And what is Sarah going to do? Does the gauntlet disappear or that's it? It's now part of her hand. Is that how she's going to look? And again, I can't tell if this thing is magical or alien. I mean, it's most likely magical, I think, but it also looks like it could be mainly alien, too. There's the way it morphed on her arm, but then there's the fire, which makes me think this is probably way more to the side of magical than it is sci-fi. But still, awesome. I'm going to get, I was told there were trades, so I definitely want to get the trade and see where Sarah goes. I mean, the saga begins, and I look forward to see where it goes to, because this was fucking awesome. I loved it. And, of course, love Sarah's design. Very sexy outfit. Yes. So, yeah, that's it. This was awesome. Well, I'm sure many already read Witchblade, but if you like, epic stories with sexy ladies... Oh, okay, you can't say it's epic quite yet, but... If you like stories with cops and sexy ladies and a hint of magical stuff, oh, you're gonna love this. This was awesome. Alright, so that is it, folks. Let me know, have you read Witchblade? What did you think about it? Have you collected the many sexy covers that came out? What did you think of the story? No spoilers, though. And that is it. Now remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!